Welcome everyone, and today we'll be doing trigonometry, which is basically the measures of triangles. So trig stands for triangles and metry stands for measures. So basically trigonometry is the right triangles and the relationships between the sides and the angles of them. So for example, we can draw a right triangle right here, label the sides 3, 4, and 5. We can call this beta because we're trying to find that. And beta is like, for right now, is what we're trying to find. So we have to go over all the major keys first. So sin is short for SINE, and sin is going to be opposite over hypotenuse. Cos is short of cosine, and that's going to be adjacent side over hypotenuse. And tan, which is short for tangent, is going to be opposite over adjacent. And so you guys are probably thinking, how am I supposed to remember all of this, and what are these sides? Well, first, to remember all of this, you can use what I learned. So, ka, toa. And so basically, this would be opposite in hypotenuse, and over here, it shows opposite over hypotenuse. This would be adjacent over hypotenuse, and over here it shows adjacent over hypotenuse, and over here would be opposite over adjacent, and over here it shows opposite over adjacent. So I'm going to clear the screen real quick so I can explain. So in our right triangle right here, we had the 90-degree angle, a 3, a 4, a 5, and we had beta over here. Basically, so we know the side opposite from the right angle is going to be the hypotenuse, and the side opposite from beta is going to be opposite, and the side adjacent right here is going to be adjacent. And so now that we know these, we can get into some quick problems. So I'm going to be doing 3 multiplication, and I'm going to do the multiplication problems right now. So in our multiplication problems, we can do this one, where this would be 74 degrees, this 90-degree angle, this would be x, that's the side we are trying to find, and we only have 24 for right now. So basically, to do this, you find your side, your angle measure that you've been given. The side opposite you label O. The side opposite from the right angle is hypotenuse, and the remaining side would be adjacent. So if we use our SOHCAHTOA, we can try to find what trig function we'll be using. So in this case, we're trying to do the only one that includes opposite and adjacent, opposite, is TOA. Now, you cannot do 24 over x because the O comes before the A. So therefore, you have to do x over 24. Just erase this. And when you do x over 24, because of these two right here, you have to put tan, because that's the trig function you're using, and the measure of this angle right here, which would be 74. Now, if you have a graphing calculator nearby, you can type that in. So you would type in, oh wait, not yet. So you have to multiply each side by 24 to cancel out the x's by itself. So when you do that, you get x equals 24 tan 74. And if you go type that in your calculator now, you should get 83.698, and it's best to round to the thousandths place. That was the first problem. For our second one, we can do this side can be x, this angle can be 25, and this side can be 15, and we have our 90-degree right there. So write out SOHCAHTOA just to memorize it. And in this case, let's label our angles first. So the side opposite from 25 is going to be opposite. The side opposite from 90 degree is going to be hypotenuse. And then the only remaining is adjacent. So right now we're trying to find x. So in order to do that, we have to use our other side again. And the only trig function that uses this is so. So we have to do x over 15 equals sine 25. And 25 comes from this angle right here. You multiply both sides by 15. And you should get x equals 15 sine 25. And if you plug that into your calculator, you should get 6.339 and round to the thousandth decimal place. We have one more multiplication problem before we go on to division. So this is the last one. We write down SOHCAHTOA. And I always do this because I always forget. So I can just look up here and I'll have it there for me. So we'll do this as x, this as 9, and this as 56, and our right angle right here. So right now we're trying to find x right here. So we have to label our sides first. The side opposite from this is opposite. The side opposite from the 90-degree angle always will be hypotenuse. And the only remaining side would be adjacent because it is adjacent to angle 56. So in order to do this problem, we need to find our other trig function. And for these two, we use cos. So for cos, we would do x over 9, because x is adjacent and 9 is hypotenuse, over cos 56. Sorry, that's getting in the way. And once we do that, all we need to do is multiply. So we multiply by 9 each side. And we should get over here, x equals 9 cos 56. And if we plug that one into our calculator, we should get x equals 5.033. That was our last multiplication problem, and now we'll be going on to the division section. So on the division section, we have a right angle again. And this time, we are going to label this as 79, this side as 25, and this side as x. So first thing we do is write down SOHCAHTOA. And next thing we do is label our sides from the angle. So across from this would be opposite. Across from this 90-degree angle, it would be hypotenuse. And adjacent to this side would be adjacent. So the trig function here we would use, you guys are probably thinking, wait, there's no a over o because TOA is right here. And TOA, we would do 25 over x. Tangent, we would do 25 over x. Now, you cannot do x over 25 because that's not how the word is spelled out. So basically, you have to do 25 over x equals tangent 79. For this one, you can either do this. You can multiply both sides by, no, you can divide, or or you can multiply too, but the quick and easy way I learned is when you have it like this, all you have to do is just flop these two. So x equals 25 over tangent 79. And if you go punch that into your calculator, you should get 4.85, or no, 4.860 as our division answer for this problem. Our next problem is going to be another division one. So this time we'll label this as 8 degrees. We're going to label the hypotenuse as x and 36. So I'm not going to write down SOHCAHTOA anymore because I've have it memorized for now. And so we can start off by going for angles. And actually, I'm going to write it down for you guys. We can start off. The side opposite from our angle that we own or have is opposite. The side opposite from the 90 degree is hypotenuse, and the side adjacent to this is going to be adjacent. So basically on this one, we're trying to find x right here. So we have to use hypotenuse over a. But over here, we do not have that. We only have ka, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. So we have to do 36 over x equals cosine 8. And like the other one, we can just flip these two, and 36 over cosine 8 equals x. And if you type that one into our calculator, we should get 36.354 as our final answer for this one. Our next division problem is going to be very similar to the first one, but not similar. So we're going to label the hypotenuse, this as 17, and also this as 17. So we'll write down SOHCAHTOA again. So we can start by labeling our angles. So the side opposite from this would be opposite. The side opposite from the 90 degree would be hypotenuse. And the side adjacent to 17 would be adjacent. So right here, we are trying to find opposite and hypotenuse. The only one that shows that is sine over here. So for sine, we have to do 17 over x equals sine 17. Again, we can just flip these two. We should get 17 over sine 17 equals x. And if we plug that one into our calculator, we should get 58.145. That is all I have for trigonometry today, and next video I will be showing how to find angle measures. So make sure you guys stay tuned and come back for next video. Bye.